Weird angle, I know, right? What's gonna become the new angle? This here is a tripod. That's right, new angle. We got the pancake platoon flag. We got the marvelous tackle station over here. And we got my desk now, and I'm hands-free. I don't have to set up the entire bookshelf to try and film. It's amazing what 10 bucks can do for you. I also bought a new chest mount because the other one, the strap, broke. I don't know, I just like this. I find this tripod, it's pretty cool. It's only 10 bucks. Did some research in class when I was bored. Found it was the best one for the money, so went ahead and splurged. But there's one more thing before we get into today's video I want to talk to you guys about, and that is, if you saw my my rod and reel video, my rod and reel arsenal for 2020, you guys know I am still searching for a heavy duty rod and reel for swim baits, like the Mega Bass Mag Draft 6-inch that I bought the other day. Actually, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know that I have it. Here, that is, right there. That's in brownie. So that's about an ounce and a half. So we're gonna be chucking that thing around a lot on this pole. And you know, those are dicks. I was looking around. I think I have finalized my search, unless one of you guys tells me something, I'll consider it. But I think I'm going to go with, no, this is not final. Alright, turns out I have dinner in 1, 2, 3 minutes, and I don't have time to film this video right now. So let's fast forward about 2 hours into the future. And just like that, we are 2 hours later, and let me tell you guys that, well, dinner absolutely slapped. Which I know you guys don't care about my dinner because you guys weren't here for me to talk about food. You were here for me to talk about some of the most basic terms you should know if somebody you know fishes and you have no idea. For instance, take my mom. So I mentioned being at the store at Dick's, shopping around, and I was talking to this guy who worked there. He was on the Ohio State bass team, and now, I was talking to him about, looking for a heavy rod with a reel. Whoa, that was weird. Looking for a heavy rod with a reel that was like, on the faster side of things, not slow at all, because you really need to winch those bass out of there. So I said high gear ratio, heavy rod. So I'm looking to throw swim baits on it, and that's a foreign language to my mom. And if you're a person like my mom who's trying to get into fishing, or you know somebody who is into fishing, and you want to be able to understand just the slightest bit of fishing terminology, this is the video for you. Now, let's start off with the type of rod. Let's go get a rod. So, first thing you need to know, there are different types of rods. Different types of rods for different applications. What I mean by that is you're going to need a stiffer rod for certain scenarios, and a lighter one for different. So, this is a 7-foot medium heavy, which means that this pole, if it would be 7 foot if I didn't snap the tip off. Whoops. 7 foot, medium heavy, which means that it's not the stiffest, but it's pretty stiff. It's got a decent backbone. It can throw, it's casting, which means it's for a bait caster reel, stuff like that. So I don't know if that clears that up a little bit. It's usually a medium heavy, or heavy. A heavy is big boy baits. It's like basically fishing with a broomstick. A medium is more for finesse, smaller little baits. Next is gear ratio. So here is a broken reel I have. This is another dial arid. On the bottom, we have it Sharpied. Whoa. 6:3:1, which means I start this reel off like this. You're gonna see this part move right here. Once with one full rotation, this spool moves 6.3 times. Now, there's faster gear ratios like 7:3:1, it moves 7.3 times. 8:1:1, it moves 8.1 times. So the higher the number, the faster the reel is. So, I feel like I'm just going to be running back and forth here, trying to make sense to you guys. Next is different types of rigs. Okay, actually, let's go over baits. This is a swim bait. Nothing too crazy about it. What it means is that it has a little paddle tail like this. It goes like that in the water. Pretty much looks like an actual fish just swimming through the water. Okay. Top water. Top water is anything that is on top of the water. Good job, you figured that one out on your own. So anything that floats, top water. Top of the water column, middle of the water column, bottom of the water column. Top of the water column, it's the top of the water column. That's where the bass are usually going to be in the summer months. Summer months at like early evening or early morning. Middle of the water column is the middle, so you can fish like chatterbaits there. Stuff you kind of like. Stuff that's not on the bottom is going to be like a jerkbait is going to be there. Something like that. And bottom of the middle water column means you're going to be fishing on the bottom. Something like a football head jig is where you'd fish on the bottom. Now, I'm sure you've heard the word spawn, pre-spawn, and post-spawn. So what that means, spawn is when the bass are up shallow, laying eggs, protecting their eggs, and they're trying to just have baby bass successfully without bluegill coming and eating on them. Pre-spawn, if you know any Latin, pre means before. So that's the time period before the spawn, where bass are aggressive, they're eating almost everything, because they don't eat much in the spawn. In post-spawn, the males usually protect all the little fry, which are basically just micro bass. And the females are going to move deep, and they're going to start eating like crazy because they haven't eaten in a good solid month. Now, let's think of another term to explain here. Wacky rig. I'm sure if you're a bass angler, you've heard the word wacky rig, which is basically, if my finger was a worm, there's a hook right here in the middle, and it just sits there. And you jig it up and down, and this thing kind of just shimmies there. Usually with the Senko. Senko is a stick bait. It's literally, imagine just a stick. That's what that is. Let's see here. Okay. I'm sure you've heard somebody you know talk about the size hook they're using. And they'll say 4/0, 5/0, 3/0. So it's usually 5/0 or 4/0, 3/0. And what that is the size of the hook. You know, the smaller the number, the smaller that hook's going to be. A 3/0 hook is probably about that big. 4/0, probably about that big. 5/0, probably about that big. They just get bigger and bigger. The bigger the number, the bigger the hook is. Smaller, smaller. And that goes for all hooks. Now, let's go one more turn here. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Went over water column, spawn, gear ratio. pound test. Pound test. So, you get a spool of line. You're in the store shopping for some brand new braid to throw on your Shimano SLX. You see suffix braid 40-pound test. What does that mean? First of all, you're going to see, okay, there's 100 yards of it, or 90 meters. It's green. 40-pound test braid. For any line, it means that the breaking point is 40 pounds. So, this line could pick up 35-pound weight, probably. 45-pound weight, 50-pound weight? Nope. Now, do I recommend that? No. It possibly could get it done, but it's just how strong the braid is. It's like, I throw a 17-pound fluorocarbon, which is a different type of line. It's like if monofilament and braid had a baby, it'd be fluorocarbon. I throw a 17-pound fluorocarbon on most of my big casting reels and a couple of 12-pound fluorocarbon. And this on one rod and reel for frogging, flipping, swim bait, stuff like that. That's all 17-pound. This is 40 because I'm going to do heavy-duty stuff like that. The more like heavy-duty thing you're doing, the heavier your line pound test you want to have. So, that is pound test explained. One more. Polarized. What's polarized mean? These sunglasses are polarized, which means that they cut down on the sun's rays a lot better than normal sunglasses. So what this allows you to do is, I know everybody who fishes has at least at some point had a problem where they're fishing, the sun is at the perfect angle where it blinds them. It sucks. And what these glasses do is they cut down on the sun's reflection and glare, so you actually can see into the water a lot better. So I usually wear these sunglasses when I'm fishing all the time, and they're especially helpful in the spawn when you're sight fishing for fish up shallow on beds. So I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see a difference here. So I probably look stupid right now. I don't know. Just sunglasses that cut down on the glare. That is all my terms for today. Comment down below if you want a part 2. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Go click the red subscribe button down below. Helps me out a lot, makes me feel like a decent person. Comment down below if you want a part 2 to this. This is kind of like a how-to basics video again, or like a beginner video. So, if you find this helpful, leave a like, click the red subscribe button. Like I said, go check out some other videos. The BB gun video from Walmart. Right here. Little snip. My guy. This man's $30. He's brought me almost 800 views now. Show the man some respect. Go watch his video. I'll put it at the end of the video. So, what did we learn from this? Go comment that down below. I'm your host, Owen. Catch you guys on the next one. See ya.